am skipping my twin sister's wedding. I told her I'm done with her toxicity.
Get her out of your life forever.
My twin sister and I are both 28 years old, and unfortunately, we never were close after some circumstances in our past that my sister held me responsible for. AKA, I might have been the favorite child, and I have a better relationship with family members than she does. By the way, this comes from you_objective_treat_2911 on the OKstorytime subreddit. So, there is a lot of jealousy, and we've talked about it in the past, but my sister has a tendency of bringing things up from 12, 15 years ago that my sister can't let go of. Like me becoming a professional ballet dancer and then retiring to become a pharmacist and living in all different kinds of places. My sister quit dancing a long time ago and just graduated high school. Then she decided she wanted to become a store manager, which honestly, she makes great money for that line of work. In our early 20s, my sister lived in Pennsylvania, and I was currently living in San Diego, California, taking care of our elderly mother while I was there because I had a professional ballet career and was in pharmacy school there.
Opie's doing it all.
Kind of a slay.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, my mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and it got progressively worse due to the isolation. That I had to move her back to the East Coast with other family members that are older than I am that could take care of her. Near the end of the pandemic, the family member who was watching her, military member, had to go on ship and had to leave for about 6 months. So I offered to move back to the East Coast from California to North Carolina to watch her for those 6 months. I mentioned to my twin sister that I would be moving back to the East Coast and it would be nice to kind of catch up. Pennsylvania to North Carolina is about an 8-hour drive, thinking I could find time and maybe go see her. She was really down for that idea since I haven't seen her in X amount of years before that. But during those 6 months, my time was mostly occupied with watching my mother, which is a full-time job, and then as well as doing a part-time job on the side for extra money since I had student loans that I had to pay off. After those 6 months, I decided that I would stay in North Carolina full-time to be closer to family, as well as my mother as she is getting worse.
Dang. It makes sense why Opie's the favorite. She's doing so much.
Yeah, she really is. Before you know it, I've been in North Carolina for almost 2 years now, and my mother had to be moved down to a nursing home in Georgia due to costs since memory care is insane. Roughly $5,000 a month. I stayed due to the fact that I had a really good job at a hospital that helped me pay for my loans as well as my mom's nursing home. During that time, I would try to make attempts to go see my sister, but unfortunately things came up or I didn't have enough time to see her and make a 16-hour round trip worth it. Seems like the sister should be the one making the trip.
Yeah. I mean,
like
to visit the family.
You were caring for the mother full time.
Like she can't come, help out or anything.
Interesting. Fast forward to January 2024 and I get engaged. And my twin sister has been engaged for about 1 year and will be getting married in October 2024. I was out on a birthday celebration with my fiance and I get a random call from my twin sister asking for finance help. She needed roughly $1,000 in order to reserve her venue.
Whoa.
Interesting.
So big. Is she going to pay that back?
I was happy to give it to her if she was able to pay me back. For large amounts of money, I always make family members and friends sign the document that they will pay me back about this amount of time.
Smart.
I've had friends not pay me back and then I'm out the money.
Yeah, I think I sort of like with $1,000, I think that's somewhat fair.
I'm also of the feeling though that when you let somebody borrow money, you have to be prepared that they're not going to pay it back. And if you're not prepared for that, then you shouldn't let them.
Like if that money is you need it,
then
you're
don't
like,
borrow it out.
Yeah, because you need that money. But I do think it's smart in this case to just like make sure
what the plan is. She threw a huge fit that I had to make her sign that paper. But she still signed it anyway, and I gave her the money. Then 2 weeks after giving her the money, I found out that she had spent some of the money that she had saved herself for the venue on her hair, which is roughly about $700 because she is naturally a brunette but dyes her hair blonde. Called her to let her know that I was extremely upset with that because on that day I was with my fiance and celebrating his birthday. I gave her the $1,000 that I would have spent on him to give to her. He was extremely understanding and said it was okay. So I gave it to her and instead of spending on him.
Which I think goes to your point of like, if you needed that money, don't loan it out. Just say like, hey, sorry, I can't.
She proceeded to tell me that she needed to do her hair because her roots were showing. And on top of that, if she didn't do maintenance, it would get 10 times worse. Family always comes before men. I proceeded to tell her that she should have saved up for that or budget it so that she could get both things done without asking me for that large amount of money. In return, we got in a huge fight and did not talk for a couple of weeks. In March 2024, I finally got my last payment from her. Then it becomes June 2024. There's about 4 months before my sister's wedding, and I have yet to meet the fiancé. Never met the man in the 4 years they've been dating, and my fiancé and I decided to have a courthouse wedding at the beginning of the month due to cost and the fact that we can hold a ceremony in a couple of years.
I'm a little bit like, I mean, I guess she got paid back, but I am a little bit surprised that she loaned at the money, even though it seems like cost and like money is something she doesn't have like a lot of right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm glad that she paid it. I didn't expect that. I posted that I had gotten married, and I did call her and text her to let her know that I'm getting married, and I didn't want to steal her thunder without letting her know about my marriage. She proceeded to bombard me with, "Why are you guys getting married? I didn't even know you guys were engaged. Why are you getting married without a ring? You've known this man for how long? My fiance and I have been together for 4 years before we got engaged, and it's too fast for you to be getting married." That's what the sister said. She showed no support for my husband and I, nor did she say congratulations. I was hurt, but told her everyone moves in life at different paces. Things got a little bit better near the end of the month. We both agree that we'd like to see each other before she gets married in October. We aimed for the July 6th to 7th to do the drive because that was a time where it worked out for everyone. Then, about a week ago, our mom gets worse and is actually going to be moved to hospice care, and the doctors think that she has about a month or two left. I called my sister and I told her that I would have to rearrange times that I could come up to her because of mom, and she was okay with that, but here's the kicker. As we're trying to reschedule time and there's only 4 months left, I try my best to move my schedule around, which I have to do at least 3 to 4 weeks in advance, and I was doing my best and I was texting her. I said, "Hey, if you want us to come up sometime the end of July, could we possibly meet halfway, or could you move something around in August so that way I could drive up all the way to Pennsylvania to see you?" But she proceeded to tell me no, she will not move anything around because I had plenty of chances to come see her, but I did not.
You're 16 hours round trip away.
Every weekend is already planned from August to October. Then she proceeded to tell me how bad of a sister I am because I cannot come up and see her, and that I had the audacity of asking her to at least meet me halfway since I would only be able to come and see her for less than a day. Well, driving 16 hours is hard, but you know it's easy. Joining us live on YouTube every week at 3 p.m. PST. Just tap our profile.
I feel like you already aren't that close to her, so it's like maybe just keep that kind of the amount of contact that you have. It's really annoying because you're actively trying to take care of your mom who's like gonna pass away soon, and doesn't seem like your sister is understanding at all.
Also, like, she's working as a pharmacist in a hospital. Clearly, like, scheduling things is hard. Like, I just don't understand why it's up to the sister, like, only the OP to come and see her and not the other way around. Told her I am done with her toxicity and her opinions on my marriage. She's saying that I can't do anything without my husband. I just wanted her to meet him since he has also never met her or her fiance. I had told her all she does is bring toxicity in my life, and I think for now I don't think we should contact each other again, and that we should maybe in a few years try again. Am I the a-hole for not going to my sister's wedding?
I mean, it's tricky because this is like a thing that you're never going to get back unless you got married again or something. I think it's totally fair if OP doesn't go to the wedding because this is behavior that is truly uncalled for and unacceptable. Especially when you're losing a parent, you're going through a lot, and she's just bringing up this like petty drama. So yeah, I don't think you have to go to this wedding, but it is a hard decision to make.
That's the end of the story.